The major purpose of creating the Nurses Lecture Room channel is to provide answers to questions of young ladies, young men, and also nursing students. We have been getting series of messages from young ladies, especially the young girls, the teenagers, about their reproductive health, which actually prompted me to create this particular video. Good day everyone, and welcome back to Nurses Lecture Room YouTube channel. My name is Miss Mary, popularly known as the Nurse with the Difference, and I make learning easy and accessible for all my viewers. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you what you should know before you have sex as a young lady. What you should know before you have sex as a young lady, to avoid stories that touch or to avoid things that will hinder you from achieving your goals as a young lady, to avoid things that will stop you from attaining that height you so desire as a child. But before we go into details, if you are new on our YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so you don't miss out. For all my returning subscribers, this is Miss Mary saying thank you. Let's go there. Alright, welcome back. Like I earlier said, I'm going to be sharing with you what you should know as a young lady, as a teenager, before you start having sex. For those that know me very well, I am a nurse and I am a midwife. With my experience and with my knowledge of nursing and midwifery, I have been able to give consultations to young teenagers, to young people about their reproductive health over the years, and I have been getting a lot of clients daily in regards to the various consultations. Today I'm going to be sharing some stories with you. I'm not using this video to point accusing fingers or to discriminate someone. I'm just going to use this video to pass a message to the public and generally advise the teenagers on what they should note. For example, I have a client A who is a very intelligent girl between the age of 20 to 21. 20 to 21. This client A walks up to me. She's very intelligent. She wants to become an IT personnel. In terms of her knowledge, she's highly knowledgeable when it comes to her area of specialty, where she wants to really be in future. So this girl, her hormone danced, like her hormones played this game on her. She was in ovulation, her hormones started dancing, she met her crush, and finally they had sexual intercourse and she became pregnant. The question that comes up is, Nurse Mary, what should I do? I don't want to keep this baby. Another client also walked up to me. She had sex, she had sexual intercourse, she became pregnant. She took some concussions, she took some pills, which she had, I don't know, she got it online or something. She combined the concussions, the pills, she took it, she had the abortion. She felt that she had the abortion, not knowing that she had incomplete abortion, which led to what? Serious bleeding, serious hemorrhage that made them rushed her to the accident and emergency ward. So she was confused when she was in the hospital. Then I got a message from her asking me, what should I do? For the past few months, recently, I have been getting messages in regards to abortion, in regards to unprotected sex, and I decided to make this video to advise the general public, especially the teenagers, on what to do. So to answer this question, what you should know before having sex, I've decided to group it into two headings, because most sex, they end up, why I tend to know about it is because they end up getting pregnant. Most sexual intercourse ends up in pregnancy because you are not aware of what is going on in your body. So it ends up in what? In pregnancy. So I decided to divide this topic into two headings. The first is, what will I do to avoid pregnancy? Because I know your career is very important to you. I know you have a wonderful and bright future that you are working towards. What will I do to avoid pregnancy? What should I do? Even if I have sex, I don't want to get pregnant. What should I do? So the first and most important point that I personally stand with, that I personally adopt, like want you all to adopt, is abstinence. Yes, the first key point is abstinence. Yes, if you can, try as much as possible to abstain from sex as a teenager, because the risk associated with it, are you ready for it? So it is better to abstain from sex till when you are ready to meet up with the responsibility of a child before you engage in sexual intercourse. I know a lot of you don't want to hear about abstinence because you already made up your mind to have sex and have fun. But the first and most important thing to avoid pregnancy is what? Is abstinence. Abstain from sex if you don't want to get pregnant. Then the second thing is avoid unprotected sex. Yes, you can't stay without sex. You want to have sex. Fine. What you should know to avoid getting pregnant is for you to avoid what? Avoid unprotected sex. I think as a lady, if you want to have sex, you should be the boss when it comes to sexual intercourse. You should give conditions on what grounds you should have sex with someone you want to have sex with, since you don't want to get pregnant. You should give conditions on how the sex is going to look like. Oh, there should be condoms. I can't go skin to skin. You hear guys trying to deceive you. Skin to skin creates bond. It shows me that no. If you want to avoid pregnancy, avoid unprotected sex. That is why we have condoms in shops, in pharmacies. It's available everywhere. So you get these condoms, you get this both male and female condoms. These help you prevent what? Unwanted pregnancy, I mean. So the first one is abstinence. The second one is what? Avoid unprotected sex. Forget skin to skin. Forget flesh to flesh. Forget, oh, I will not pour inside of you. See, that one is another mistake most ladies make. I will not pour inside of you. Do you know what it means to jump out of a moving train? You know, it's very difficult. These are guys, for them to actually achieve that full satisfaction, they will want to release. And most times, they end up releasing inside of you. After promising you, I will not release inside of you, I'm very good with the withdrawal method. The crown of it all, forget that. You are not in charge of their body system at that moment. You don't know what they are feeling. So the second, like, avoid what? Unprotected sex. Then the third one, you want to have sex, it's advisable. Do not visit a guy when you are on your ovulation period. Do not visit them when you are on your ovulation period. Your ovulation period, egg is being released at that moment. That is why I advise ladies generally, know your cycle. When you know your cycle, you have control over your body. You have control over what is taking place in your body. So when you know your cycle, you know I am in my ovulation period. While I tell you not to visit a guy, especially the one you have crush on during your ovulation period, is that during your ovulation period, there's increased urge for sex. At that particular moment, if you know your body very well, there's always increased urge for sex during your ovulation period. And when you are with this guy, your hormones play some music, you will want to dance to the tune of that music. So during your ovulation period, try as much as possible to avoid those you are crushing on, those you love very well. Because once they touch you, I don't know what will happen next. So it's better for you to avoid places of temptation during your ovulation period. Give reasons why you will not see him. Give reasons why you can't visit him. Stay away. If you don't want 9 months assignments, I would say 9 months assignment. So do not visit a guy when you are on your ovulation period. Then the fourth point I have to share with you is know who you are having sex with. Yes, there's a reason for it too, because you want to have sex. Who are you having this sex with? For example, finally you are having unprotected sex, and this particular condom break, should I say break or burst, and there's a release of sperm into you. will this person be ready to take responsibility? Will this person be proud enough to say, yes, you are carrying my child. I will take care of you. I will make sure you further your education. I won't allow this thing disturb you. I'm going to be there for you. I don't care what happened. Who are you having sex with? Are they going to be there for you during the 9 months assignment? Or they are going to deny you? Or they are going to tell you they are not responsible for the pregnancy? You get, know who you are having that sexual intercourse with. Because having that sexual intercourse with the wrong person, you will not forgive yourself. I've seen a lot of people, like, because of what I do, a lot of messages I've said, oh, after this encounter, I will never kiss a guy in my life again. I will never go to a guy's house in my life again till I'm married. I get these messages. So just know who you are having sex with, so you know that it is worth it, in quotes. Because the complications that may arrive, the challenges with pregnancy, you always need someone around. Doing the 9 months assignment alone is not going to be an easy task. It's going to be a challenging one. So know who you are having sexual intercourse with. If this person is going to stand by you, if this person is going to be by you, if this person is going to support you when you get pregnant and not abandon you and your child. Then the fifth point I would like to share with you is, when you know you have unprotected sex before your ovulation or around your ovulation period and you've calculated your period, take PostP, which is your Postino 2. Yeah, take PostP, which is your Postino 2, which will help to prevent fertilization of your egg when the sperm is released. So it's advisable you take PostP, because sometimes it might be as a result of rape, it might be as a result of unplanned sex, you never had it in mind, you don't know what happened, you are confused, you are frustrated. Immediately take PostP within 72 hours of sexual intercourse. Then the sixth point I would like to share with you is, speak out. Our people perish for lack of knowledge. So speak out, like you are endangered. You had sex, you don't even know anything about sex. You don't know what happens. You don't know what to take. You don't know. If you don't know what to do at that particular moment, speak out. Book an appointment with Miss Mary. I will be ready to advise you on what to do. Because what happens most times is that our young ladies tend to meet up with friends, tend to meet up with people, and they give them what they are not sure of. And they end up taking these concussions, and this leads to damage of their womb, incomplete abortion. A lot of things takes place. So speak out. Speaking out will go a long way to help you prevent the complications that are likely going to arise after sex. Don't feel you know it all. Don't feel you know it all. So if that's your first encounter, if that was what happened, speak out and get knowledge. Don't speak out to people that will give you fake knowledge. Speak out to an expert. Speak out to somebody that is good in that field, that can give you useful advice on what to do. So you have to learn how to speak out. After sex and you don't know what to do, you've already had it, you don't know what to do, speak out. So these are the key points I would like to give you on what to do to avoid being pregnant. The first is abstinence. The second is avoid unprotected sex. The third is, do not visit a guy when you are on your ovulation period. The fourth is, know who you are having sexual intercourse with. The fifth is, take PostP after sexual intercourse when you know it's before your ovulation. Then the sixth is, speak out in situations like that. That takes us to the next question you want me to answer is, what if I am pregnant? What will I do? I discovered I was pregnant. What will I do? Because this is one of the messages I get too. If you are pregnant, what will you do? Just think, like you are having sex now, you've already started having. Have you ever asked your question, if I'm pregnant, what will I do? You didn't even ask yourself this question, and you want to just start, and you want to start having sex. You have to ask yourself, what if peradventure I, Mercy, I Juliet, I, Jessica, I, Joy, get pregnant, what will I do at that particular moment? The most mistake most young teenagers made is that when they are pregnant, the next thing they do is to start asking a nearby friend, hey, I'm pregnant, what should I take? This nearby friend takes them, miss this one, put it in your vagina, take 2 tablets, put this one here, put this one here, and they end up doing it. So the best thing in my own power for you to do is not to just take these drugs. Please and please, is to speak with a professional. That is just my advice. Speak with a professional at that particular moment. Speak with a doctor. If abortion is legalized in your country, I believe after a good conversation with your doctor, you don't want the baby, they can tell you what to do. Me personally, I don't encourage abortion. You get, but when you speak to your professional, the way the pros, the way the cons, they can give you advice, and you are free to pick if you want to go ahead with the abortion. They tell you what next to do. You get, but come to think of it, is it worth it? Is the whole sexual intercourse worth your career? Is the whole sexual intercourse worth your destiny? Is the whole sexual intercourse worth your life? Because nobody plans to be pregnant, to have this they call it unwanted pregnancy. Nobody plans for it. It comes, and it comes as a result of sex. So what you should consider before having sex is it really worth it? You are a vibrant young lady. You will always be at the receiving end. I am not a feminist. You will always be at the receiving end no matter what. Who is going to get pregnant? You. Who is going to stay out of school? You. Who is going to have the first trimester having difficulties eating, having difficulties, you are vomiting? First trimester is not really easy for a pregnant woman to be alone. So who is going to face this challenge is you. And that might deprive you of going to school. That might deprive you of going to work. That might deprive you of a lot of things. And that might reduce, how will I put it now? Reduce now? That might reduce your time. For example, you're supposed to finish your school in this particular years. Because of this 9 months assignment, it might take like 2 years for you to finish it. For example, as a good IT person, you have a project you are supposed to finish within a year. Because of the 9 months assignment, it might take you 2-3 years to finish up with it. Because you have to think about the pregnancy period, nursing this baby, and bringing this baby to life. So women are always at the receiving end. For eventually this child, okay, finally you have sex, you took PostP, but unfortunately for you, it becomes an ectopic pregnancy. You'll be the one to feel the pain. You'll be the one to be rushed into the theater. You'll be the one that they will remove their fallopian tube, not the male counterpart. So these are the things you should consider. Is this sexual intercourse really worth it? Is it really worth it? Except you want it, fine, go ahead. Nobody's going to stop you. But if you know it's not worth it, the best thing is to what? Is to abstain from sex. Because as a lady, you will always be at the receiving end. You will always be at the receiving. Imagine after taking all the abortion concussion, the fallopian tube, got ectopic pregnancy, this one happened. I've seen a girl that has total hysterectomy because she didn't really meet an expert when it comes to the abortion, and that led to the total removal of her womb, because from one complication, sepsis sets in, a lot of things sets in, and there are some people that have lost their life as a result of abortion. So are all this stress really worth it just for one night stand? So be careful, be watchful of your body, so you don't end up cutting your life short, cutting your career short, and cutting that beautiful and wonderful life of yours short. The first question you should ask yourself before having sex is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Think about it. But if you decide to go ahead with sexual intercourse, make sure you follow this through with the 6 steps I gave you to help you out to avoid being pregnant. So I think that's all I have to share with you today in regards to what you should note before having sexual intercourse as a lady. What you should note before having sexual intercourse as a lady. For all the young ladies out there, Nurse Mary is here for you to speak to. All you have to do for the now is to send a message to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. But hopefully soon our website will be out, so you can easily contact me directly and I will book an appointment with you and we will be able to talk about your health properly. You get. So thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. For all my returning subscribers, this is me saying thank you. See you in our next video. Bye.